For millions of families in America, sending a child to preschool is a luxury they cannot afford. My first guest is Dr. Carol Lieske, the Executive Director of Main Street Child Development Center in Fairfax, Virginia. Welcome, Carol.
Thank you so much.
Let's start out with an overview of the work that Main Street Child Development Center is doing in Fairfax County.
Well, we have been in existence since 1973. Our mission is to provide a quality, comprehensive, and affordable child care primarily for low-income working families in Fairfax County and Fairfax City. So we've been charged with the mission of meeting the needs of the whole child. We operate year-round. We operate an 11-hour day, long day, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. We offer each child breakfast, their lunch, 2 snacks. We've got a curriculum that is a research-based curriculum, so it's developmentally appropriate. We're preparing them for kindergarten. They're 2 to 5 years old. We have plenty of opportunities for outdoor time, music, all kinds of enrichment activities. And we also, in the past several years, have instituted a school-age program, which allows us to serve those children. All of the children, actually, are former graduates of our preschool, and so we're able to follow them through to 6th grade with those services, homework help, parent support, and parent engagement.
I remember when my kids were in preschool and went into kindergarten then, and you could sure tell the difference between the kids who were able to have that opportunity for some pre-kindergarten education and enrichment versus
Absolutely.
Those who didn't. Well, let's talk about some of the families that Main Street serves.
Right. Well, about 76% of our families are families who are of low income. And of those, 69% are families where English is not their first language. 59% of our families are also led by a single parent. All of those factors present challenges. They present challenges to building a strong foundation for a child's learning. So preschool for those children is absolutely imperative if we are going to close that achievement gap that is such a problem in our society today with our little people.
Because it's very easy, it was very easy for me as I had the privilege of being a stay-at-home mom. I could do those teachable moments, and as opposed to having to work 8-10 hours a day and didn't have that opportunity for that crucial interaction.
Right, exactly. So these parents, we're like I said, we serve working parents. So we allow those parents to be going to work and to be trying to pull their families out of challenging circumstances, and they can know that their children are receiving the vocabulary enrichment, potentially the English language learning, and the literacy enrichment, the reading, all of those things that the children might not get at home. Often those families are, under stress. So those children need some social emotional help and a little boost. We have supportive services here, such as a Fairfax County public school teacher, child find specialist, who's here to both assess, identify, and help to remediate children who have early learning challenges, even speech challenges, developmental delays, that type of thing, just so they're ready to go when they go to kindergarten. We've already addressed those issues. We also have a mental health specialist here. He's here 1 day a week, all day, and it's kind of really an interesting model, and it works very nicely. But he is able to support our teachers and support our children, helping them to adjust in the classroom and to really to thrive and to deal with some of the issues that they might be dealing with at home so that they can be more engaged and access the learning environment.
When we're talking about affordable early childhood education in Fairfax County, is that a rare thing? Is it tough to find?
Wow, it is. It really is very difficult to find. Child care can be, it's like sending this child to college. Often the children, it can cost up to about $13,000 a year. That's about what it costs for us per child. And what we're able to do is partner with the community. So our families, their tuition is determined by their income. and then they can receive subsidies through the county or through Fairfax City or through this Commonwealth of Virginia. There are three sources. But we are able to help them in that regard, and then the county can help to subsidize us so that they can be affordable for the parents. Otherwise, they would likely be leaving their children with an aunt, with with grandma, or with a neighbor who might not be a licensed caregiver, or who just may not have the ability to provide the child the enrichment that they need.
So affordable is an important adjective, but quality is another one.
Right.
What does that
Right.
what does that mean
And
when we're
therein
talking?
lies, we can offer an affordable program with the funding that we get, and for our tuition. But then we require some extra, and that's why we have a development person who helps us to go out and raise funds. We really rely on donations and grants and the generosity of our community to help us to really meet that high quality standard that we take so very seriously. And what I think, there are a number of ways that you would define quality or components to quality in early child care. And one is to be accredited by the National Association for the Education of Young Children. And we've been accredited continuously since 1995. That's kind of the standard for kind of that good housekeeping seal of approval. But really is a very rigorous standard by which preschools can show best practice. We've got a research-based curriculum. As I stated, it's high scope. I think it must be about 60 years old. Has very valid assessments and research attached to it. Very comprehensive. Our teachers at Main Street are absolutely phenomenal. It's a wonderful staff. What makes us really special is that we are able to offer a 6-to-1 ratio for our children, 18 children in a class and 3 teachers. That means each child gets that individual and small group support that research shows us is the best possible environment in which children learn. Those teachers also receive tremendous support from us and our donors and contributors, in that we are able to offer them a lot of education. Nearly all have their child development associates. Many have their bachelor's degree. So we're very proud of that, and they really are outstanding, committed group of professionals. We also provide a number of services, not just educational services to the children, but we, like I said before, we have that mental health support. We have special education support. We have parent engagement, which is so important. We know that a child is far less likely to succeed in school if their parents are not engaged. And so one of our missions is to make sure that those parents know that they are the first and primary educator of their children, and that we are interested in partnering with them, and that this is a lifelong partnership that they should have with their children's educators.
And so you actually offer parenting workshops and...
That's correct. We offer English as a second language classes. We offer something with the Virginia Department of Social Services, parenting classes, Nurturing Parenting, the Incredible Years they're called. They're wonderful resources. We also offer parenting workshops, kind of one-time workshops that our social worker can conduct. So we do a lot to engage the families and make sure they know that they really are partners with us in preparing their children for success in school and beyond.
I'm talking with Carol Lieske, who is the Executive Director of Main Street Child Development Center in Fairfax County, serving families, low-income families, with affordable early childhood education, quality childhood education. How does Main Street measure its children's successes?
Right. We have a couple of ways that we do that, or actually a number of ways that we do that. We assess our children. I'm not talking about test taking. Most of our assessment is done through observation, and of course using our curriculum. We're online. We're pretty sophisticated in what we do. We've just come to that in the past couple of years, but we really look at the individual child and assess them using the standards of our observational records that we use for our curriculum. We are acutely aware and educated as to what our Fairfax County program of studies is for preschool, so that we know we're aligned with Fairfax County, and so we know exactly what their children are going to be expecting, what is going to be expected of the children when they get into kindergarten. So we know what we need to do for that. So we do have those things. We have, and we can demonstrate that our children actually are prepared for kindergarten by all of these measures. And this year, in fact, I very recently got all the data on it, and we've got the report showing that all of our children were prepared to go to kindergarten, showed progress, and in each of the categories, including like social emotional and socializing skills, those types of things. So it's not just pencil to paper kinds of things. It's school readiness. It's, am I ready to succeed in a learning environment and get along with my peers and know how to stand in a line and do those kinds of things. We partner with Virginia Preschool Initiative, and they offer us a mentor. The Virginia Preschool Initiative is a state-run program for kindergarten readiness. We follow through with the neighborhood school readiness team, so that we really do know what the children need in order to succeed in kindergarten, and then we're able to demonstrate that. Then we can see it also with our school-age program. Our children who are in that school-age program, we get to watch them succeed through the years, and keep our relationship up with the parents as well. I have a story about a little girl who was with us when she was 2 years old and came from extremely challenging family circumstances, tremendous stress, single parent, no parent. The parent was not literate in English or her home language. A number of children, really just every kind of risk you could imagine. And we never thought this little girl was ever going to be able to speak. She was nonverbal. She had just very obvious delays, and we worked with her, and I'm happy to say that last year she passed her fourth grade standards of learning tests. So that's really a success story, and that's one that really, I think more than any of the numbers and data that we have, really proves that we can do what we say we do.
Carol Lieske is the Executive Director of Main Street CDC. Very proud of the work you're doing, clearly. And I know that people listening are thinking that they might like to get involved or might like to support the work you're doing. And there's a lot of ways they can do that. So this is your opportunity to make your pitch.
Right. We have so many needs. In order to make our program truly that uniquely high-quality program that we do, and we have established such a great reputation, we need the support of our community. We need the support of foundations, corporations, individuals in so many ways. One thing I could recommend is to go to our social media, and our handle is Main Street CDC. Our website is mainstreetcdc.org. But we really need that help in order to have the greatest positive impact on our children and families. So we really seek that individual, foundation, corporate, and community support. We also love to have volunteers. If someone has a skill that they'd like to share, if they, right now we're looking for an ESL teacher. Parenting, if you love to read to children, if you have a talent you'd like to share, we sure would welcome that. And you could call us at Main Street at 703-273-1192.
All right. Carol Lieske, Executive Director of Main Street CDC. Again, that website is mainstreetcdc.org, and social media handle Main Street CDC. Thank you so much for your time and for the work that you're doing.
Absolutely. So happy to speak with you.
After this break, we're going to come back to talk about the household dangers that create a host of severe learning disabilities and health issues, which all are entirely preventable.